What's wrong?
Nothing. I just wanted to do this.
Well, even if you say that, Mari-san's body firmly presses against my back. She buries her face into the back of my neck, taking in my scent by inhaling deeply and letting out wild breaths after. Both of her hands suddenly encircle me from behind, the right pawing at the buttons on my shirt, while the left is on the zipper of my pants.
Kitahara?
Mari-san? This is almost like what happened back then. Back when I forcibly took Mari-san for myself when she was about to leave me.
You see...
The pot is, boiling.
That's fine. That's not really what I want right now.
Wait, Mari-san... Mari-san gives up on undoing my shirt buttons and pulls on my shirt hard, forcibly ripping it. Her left hand clumsily toys with the opening in my pants, fumbling to get inside.
Hey, Kitahara, today, I'll...
Why?
The whole time, it's always been you doing it. Once in a while, I want to make you feel good.
Really? What's going on?
It's nothing, really. It's just that I'm more pent up than you, is all.
Mari-san.
Hey, Kitahara, can we be a little rougher than usual?
Before I realized it, my hands intertwined with her hands that were caressing me.
I got ravaged again, huh? I'm at a loss. I didn't think it would be this addicting. What do I do? Yes, hello? Just a minute. My back. Upsa-daisy. There, I got it. Huh? Why am I such an old lady? Plus, this is Kitahara's phone, isn't it? What am I doing? Idiot, what are you thinking? To peep at someone else's texts? There are some boundaries that you have to respect, you know? Then again, I am a member of the mass media.
Excuse me, I'll just...
What is it?
The hot pot.
Come to think of it, we completely forgot about it, huh?
As I look towards the stove, I can see the pot that's become completely cold, as well as the remnants of the vegetables within the colander that we've neglected. I'm glad I put the raw ingredients in the fridge beforehand. You're not hungry?
I admit that I'm hungry, but not to the point where I'd want to replace being with you like this.
Mari-san. And so, as she always does after it, Mari-san buries her face into my chest. Just by looking at that fulfilled expression, oddly enough, I feel my own sense of hunger going away. I wonder why, really.
Well, it doesn't matter. We'll eat it tomorrow for breakfast.
Having hot pot in the morning?
Or we could always have it in the evening, you know? We can take our time with it, right?
Yeah, I do have to study for my exams, though. Judging from her response just now, it seems like she's forgotten what she herself said when we promised to meet up. Well, with how my grades have been up until now, I think I can probably get excellent marks.
I see. Do your best.
Of course. After all, we wouldn't be able to see each other for a while if I failed.
Not being able to see each other for a while, huh?
Mari-san? I wanted to see her flustered for the first time in a while, so I thought I'd tease her for a little bit, but Mari-san gave a bit of an unexpected response instead. She's not getting angry or pretending to be tough, but she looks like she's lonely at how my words reflect reality.
Hey, Kitahara.
What is it?
Hey, I'm just out of curiosity. I'm not just a stand-in for Tomo Kazusa, am I? No, it doesn't matter either way.
And as a result of these words, the following conversation somehow ends up taking a strangely negative turn. Did something happen? Something's a little off about Mari-san today. How should I put it? Even if I've been acting rather ambiguously around her all this time, I wouldn't let even the slightest changes that she exhibits go unnoticed. I know I've said this before, but it is true that you're quite like her, particularly with your way with words and the air you have around you.
Just as I thought. I really am just a substitute, aren't I? You're the worst.
Even though she's the one who said it didn't matter, even though she's completely off the mark.
Hey, how about you say something already?
Even though Mari-san isn't anywhere close to guessing the right answer because I'm not being honest with her, I wonder if it's some sort of karma that's causing her to say such piercing words.
If that's how you feel, then you don't have to be considerate and say, I love you or something like that, okay?
The fact that I was arrogant enough to purposely try and make this person sulk up until now makes me mad at myself.
If it's a clearly defined relationship like that, then I don't really...
That's not it.
Eh?
I'm disappointed that I can't even properly draw the line between joking and being... I'm disappointed that I can't even properly draw the line between joking and being serious. I hate myself for not managing to provide any peace of mind to the person I love. You and Toma are different. Completely different.
But just now you...
Toma isn't here. You are here, Mari-san.
Uh-huh.
In spite of how I can't even settle on one person and end up worrying everyone because of it. That's why it's completely different. You're not a stand-in.
Kitahara!
I need you, Mari-san.
I see.
In spite of my resentment, my remorse, and my anger, I just can't stop refining the worst parts of myself now. Mari-san?
Do you want to do it one more time? Kitahara.
Firmly and with all my strength. I'm simply loving this person right before me, right now, casting aside any other aspect of reality. And I'm leading myself in a direction that will put me at the slightest sense of ease, at least up until my day of judgment arrives. That's the deplorable path I'm treading right now. February 10th, Thursday. It's finally spring break, huh? So it is. Now that the long period of final exams is over, the students immediately spring into high spirits in welcoming the still chilly mid-February. All of Hojo University courses for the year will be finished by the end of the week, and the entrance exams for the new students will start next week. Hey, Haruki, do you want to go skiing during the holidays? Snowboarding would be nice too. Why are you suddenly bringing this up? Did you already plan this with the nurses you were hanging out with earlier?
Ah, yeah, the nurses. Their irregular and hectic schedule causes them to build up a lot of stress, making their carnal desires insatiable.
You sound as if you're speaking from experience.
Yeah, well, putting such magnificent experiences aside, would you be up for an invitation like that?
No.
I figured you'd say that, so I'm obviously not inviting you to participate in something like that. I just thought the four of us could rent a car and go together.
The four of us?
You're just playing dumb on purpose now, right? I meant you, me, and...
You didn't word that very well. Of course I'd be doing it on purpose if I were playing dumb.
Setsuna-chan will be coming as well.
Even though I tried so hard to evade the subject, this guy just won't take the hint.
Well, relaxing in a hot spring with a pretty girl that has some unusually old-fashioned taste doesn't sound all bad to me.
No, she's likely not going to agree with this. Nor am I going to participate either. It's a sacred place for us, after all.
I heard everything from Io.
About what?
The two of you haven't seen each other at all since New Year's, huh?
Takia is the only one who knows. He alone knows about how I've betrayed Setsuna by repeatedly being physically intimate with another woman.
I'm assuming you still haven't told her about that incident yet?
And Takia is the only one who knows about the other bit. He knows how helpless I am from the way I've told him over and over that I would talk to Setsuna. All well, I've never followed through on my promise.
It's not like I'm trying to berate you or anything, you know? After all, I did say it would be best for things between you two to calm down. What I meant to say is, I think the right time has finally come.
Takia,
take some time and talk it all out. Dedicate a night or two to that, maybe. Let out what you both have been bottling up inside. What you've been expecting from each other. Everything.
So, what you're trying to say is...
I haven't given up yet. I've not given up on getting back to the old days, where the four of us could just spend time fooling around and having fun without a care in the world.
Those are days that have not become a reality even once up until now. Days that only existed in our imagination. It was like a heartwarming illusion that was worth fighting for once. And it was barely within our reach back when there were still the five of us. But all of it disappeared within the blink of an eye. But with the way I am now, I appreciate your invitation, but I'm not sure if I can come with you just yet.
Haruki, you...
That's not what I mean, Takia. That's really not what I'm getting at.
Then what the hell are you trying to say? And after I went out of my way to...
It's because this is a problem that I should solve myself. And I have an idea in mind how to solve it.
That means...
It's because Setsuna has finally brought herself to face me.
I'm finally done with my exams. I've just finished my last subject. Congratulations on finishing the entire exam period. It seems I ran out of steam near the end of it all, though. So I might have flunked 2 or 3 subjects in the process. I know it's a really boorish question, but how did you do on the exams? I can't see you either failing or just barely passing any subject, Haruki-kun. Anyway, this marks the end of our 3rd year, and once spring begins, It'll finally be our last year in university, huh? I know we'll be busy with many things this year, whether it be finding a job or taking a master's degree. But let's work hard together, okay?
Is it because of the fact that we've been exchanging text daily during our exam period that Setsuna's tone has returned to being significantly more casual? We're now having a conversation with a nice mood, as if the events of that night had never happened to begin with. So long as we're having it through texts, that is.
Well, I'll cut to the chase. I'm sorry for not being able to make time for us for so long. Exams are over, and it's also spring break, so I have much more time on my hands from now on. I can meet up with you now, Haruki-kun. We can finally talk now. I'll tell you the date and time by tonight. I still have to sort my schedule out a bit. Well then, thanks again. Please rest well today.
I see. You're finally done with your exams. Good work.
Thank you very much. What about things on your end, Mari-san?
Wrapping up all my work is going to take 2 whole months, it seems.
That's quite a long time. What interviews are you working on?
Well, let's see. I think it's better to say that I'm in the preparation stage rather than the actual interview.
It seems you've been quite busy. Nowadays, Mari-san calls me every day during her lunch break while she's at work on site. She'll be continuing her business trip to America in December after that. And I believe she's going to be staying there for about a month this time. During the weekend I spent with her, we packed things for her trip together, and she rushed off in a hurry on the day my exam started. Perhaps the momentary desire she had for me back then stemmed from the feeling of loneliness that came with the thought that we wouldn't be able to see each other for such a long time.
Spring break lasts until March for you guys, huh? Must be nice living as a student.
That's why I intend to do my best at looking for employment and my part-time jobs. And as for my work at Kyosha,
Never take orders from anyone other than me. You got that? I just know you'll start working yourself to death as soon as I leave you alone.
if that's the case, you should come back soon, Mari-san. Otherwise, I won't even make enough to pay my rent.
You want to see me so soon?
Of course.
Is that so? I see.
Mari-san responded as if she had heard nothing about me having to worry about my rent, her voice suddenly ringing in my ears, and then,
I want to see you soon, too. But,
Mari-san?
hey, Kirahara?
Yeah?
It's colder here than in Japan. I think the temperature dropped to -10 Celsius yesterday, too.
Is that so? She must be up in Michigan or something. Ever since we started contacting each other via international phone calls, Mari-san always ends up at a loss for words at least once during our conversation. And it always happens when we're trying to reaffirm our feelings for each other. Well then, it seems the road conditions there are quite troublesome, huh? At your workplace, I mean, Mari-san.
That's not it. I'm saying such trivial things now, huh?
Okay. But it's not like she's pushing because she feels embarrassed about saying such words or anything.
Hey, Kirahara, do you love me?
Hold on a second. Don't say such things in public. What do you know? how she says lines like please all of a sudden.
It's alright. It's not like anyone here understands Japanese.
That's really not the problem here.
So, what is it?
Ever since we've started contacting each other via international phone calls, Mari-san would always ask me to give her direct answers. I love you, Mari-san. But that's probably because I've never really managed to answer her desire to hear those words from me. After all, we're in a state where we still haven't come to the conclusion we want, and when we're just one step away from it, too.
Well, my lunch break's almost over.
Okay. That's why Mari-san is acting the same way today as she always does, bidding me farewell with a tone that's slightly cheerful, yet a bit lonely at the same time. Well then, I wish you well. Please take care of yourself so you don't catch a cold or anything. Mari-san, we were supposed to say goodbye then, but...
I have something I want to tell you.
Yeah?
But I can't tell you through the phone. I have to tell you face to face.
This must be what she wanted to continue on from when she paused earlier. Is it about something important?
I'll be coming back to Japan temporarily next Monday. That's the only time off I'll have.
And the way she's refusing to answer my question only emphasizes that Mari-san's bearing a heavy burden. After all, this is exactly how I've been treating Setsuna.
That day might be the last chance we'll have.
What do you mean?
We'll leave that for when we meet up. Goodbye.
In the end, and just as she said, Mari-san forcibly ended the call without touching on the important thing she wanted to tell me. She wanted to tell me something again today, but she only left me with a vague response, and it does leave me feeling a little uneasy. Even so, she did sound exceptionally cheerful today, so if you consider the good and the bad, I'd say it definitely leaned towards the good. This coming Monday, that's the day Mari-san will be coming back. Judging from our conversation, although it's clear that she's only getting a short time off here, she's spending that on me. And that's an important promise to me, given that it's when everything about that vague conversation will finally get cleared up. This coming Monday? At that moment, I turned to the source of that faint, discomforting premonition. And I immediately understood after I noticed the text I received while I was chatting with Mari-san. Because that day is...
I mean it this time. About the meeting we talked about earlier this afternoon, I've decided on a time and location. Well, if you don't want it to be that day, if you really can't make it, please let me know beforehand. However, in the event that you have the time, Haruki-kun, I really want to meet you on this day, no matter what. I want us to meet on the 14th of February at 5 o'clock in the evening in front of Minami Suetsugo Station. Can you make it?
That day happens to be a commemorative day for Setsuna. February 14th, Monday. Welcome! Oh, it's nice to see you again. After passing through the underground food street, I went to the shopping mall to stroll for a bit. You still remember me? Of course! I never forget the face of a customer who's made a purchase here. Thanks. What are you looking for today? I can accompany you for as long as you want, just like before. That's... All right, please take your time to choose. call me anytime if you need anything, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's February 14th. It's already 3 p.m., and the Valentine's Day sale in the shopping mall is entering its final hours. My ignorance led me to the doorstep of this store once more. I spent 2 whole hours hesitating the last time I came here. I had to think about a present to give her that would not only make her happy, but also not cause her to get carried away or misunderstand my intention. I'm afraid of widening the gap between the two of us, but I'd also feel guilty if I ended up getting too close to her. Unable to decide, I ended up going in circles. And even though the gap between us is far wider than it was back then, and even though my own guilt has me on the brink of collapse right now, her birthday has inevitably arrived. With the way I am now, I wonder what I should give her as a present. I wonder if giving her a present is even the right thing to do in the first place. The reason I'm hesitating now is because I just don't see an outcome I can look forward to, no matter what I choose to do. It's cold out today too. Just as the weather forecast had announced, it's going to be the coldest day of the year. I wonder if I'm stressing that it's cold today too, because I'm comparing it to another day from years past. I check the time on my phone and see that it's already a little past 4 p.m. In the end, and with the spoils of my efforts in my pocket after an hour's worth of hesitation, I leave for the train station's ticket gate. However, West Virginia Airlines, Flight 206. It's set to land at Narita Airport at 6 p.m. local time. I received a short text from Mari-san that only wrote about her circumstances, which is typical of her. While I'm at it, it's also quite like her to be concerned with my own circumstances. She sent her estimated arrival time at almost the exact same time her flight departed. She probably waited for people to cancel their flight at the airport. That's why she couldn't confirm her estimated arrival time until the last minute. She did all of this just so that she could stay in Japan for one day. I promised to meet up with Setsuna at 5 p.m., and the flight's estimated arrival time is 6 p.m. Why did it have to be such a cruel coincidence once again? If only Mari-san would arrive at least 2 hours earlier. If only my promise with Setsuna was for a time at least 2 hours later. But I've already experienced this before, back then. On the day I made the biggest mistake of my life, the exact same choice had appeared before me. Hey Setsuna, why do things always have to be like this when it comes to the two of us? Did I make you wait long? Setsuna?
I just arrived here too.
I see.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to react so strangely all of a sudden.
No, I did the same. It's been quite a while since we last met, so I didn't know what I should say at first either.
That might be a part of it, but it's a slightly different reason for me?
What do you mean? Slightly different.
I don't know why, but I was thinking about something terrible up until a moment ago. I was thinking about the possibility that you wouldn't be coming. It's strange, isn't it? We've already made proper arrangements. What's wrong with me? I'm acting so embarrassingly.
Sorry for replying to you so late. Welcome back. I know the trip must have been tiring. I know you told me that you would be arriving at 6 p.m., but as I mentioned in my previous text, I have an appointment an hour earlier. It's a promise I can't really go back on. I think I'll be able to meet with you around 8 o'clock. Text me where you'll be at that time, and I'll head over there, Mari-san, whether it's the company or your apartment. I'm really sorry I'm unable to take out some time for you tonight now, but I'll make sure that I'll meet up with you. Mari-san, I'm very sorry for not being able to welcome you back. I'm very sorry for making you wait so long, but I've decided to talk to Setsuna. I need to put an end to everything before I can come clear to you. I need to put an end to everything before I can come clean to you about all that's been happening. That's why I need to uphold my promise with Setsuna. At least, I think this is more important than anything else right now. Even if it means that only painful times lie ahead. Even if it means all that's waiting for us at the end of it all is a sorrowful reality. No, this is exactly why I simply can't run away from Setsuna. I can't repeat the mistakes I made 3 years ago.
I need to wait 2 hours, huh? Suzuki? Yeah, it's me. Actually, we're in the same time zone. It's 6 p.m. here too. Yeah, I'm in Narita.
No, I'll explain the details when I get back there. Do you mind doing me an urgent favor for the time being?
The chief editor should be here today, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, but could you help me arrange a meeting with him? He'll likely wait for me if you tell him that I've returned. Let's see. Just in case, let's meet at 9 p.m.
Here, Kirahara-kun. It's fine. I'm not planning on drinking. Come on now, take it. Even if it's only for our toast. Okay, thank you very much.
Dad, I'm next.
I do recall you going on about studying hard for your entrance exams up until a moment ago.
You were the one who told me I had to be present because we're having a celebration, Mom. Don't just pour cola in my glass.
You only needed to make an appearance, Takahiro. Go back to your room immediately after we're done with our toast.
You're asking me to leave immediately after you forcibly called me here? And as my parent when I'm about to take my entrance exams, no less?
Haruki-kun?
Hmm?
I'm sorry.
About what? The star of today's celebration, who happens to be huddled right next to me, weakly pokes at my shoulder with her finger and murmurs to me in a soft voice, unfitting of the bustling atmosphere surrounding the table. It wasn't supposed to end up like this. I really just wanted the two of us to meet alone together. I understand.
I couldn't go out because they're having a party for me today. And then things just turned out like this all of a sudden.
Like I said, I understand. The moment Setsuna asked me if I could come over to her place today, no, even before that, back when we arranged to meet up at the nearest station, I've already predicted this much.
I should have arranged our meeting a different date. How can I ever make it up to you?
Setsuna,
Yeah?
happy birthday. I take out a small paper package from my pocket. Setsuna's eyes widen at the sight of it, and her cheeks are reddening quickly. I let out a slight smile as I witness Setsuna's response, though I also feel a little choked up. That's right. This is what I should have done 3 years ago. If only I had rushed to give her my present immediately after buying it, just like what I've just done. If only Toma Yoko hadn't recognized that I was Guitar-kun. And more importantly, if only I'd been faithful to Setsuna alone then.
Well then, let's have a toast, shall we? When you do the honors, Kinohara?
Wait, how could we make a guest do?
It's fine. If you're not okay with me doing it, that is. It's fine. If you're okay with me doing it, that is. I could have had a calm, enjoyable time surrounded by the members of the Ogaso family back then. And if I did that, I could have slowly and gradually shortened the distance between Setsuna and me. Well then, once again, happy birthday, Setsuna. Cheers!
Cheers! Hey, I'm back. Mari-san, welcome back.
Thanks for your hard work.
Kazuoka, huh? I thought you were supposed to be spending the entire month over there.
I took a short break to come back for a little while. I'll have to head back tomorrow morning, though.
Why did you come here then?
How should I put it? I have to deal with something minor, yet important, I guess.
What's that supposed to mean? Don't use weird grammar if you're a writer. That subordinate of yours will scold you like that, you know.
Subordinate, huh?
Since you're here early, want to go speak with the chief editor right now? I don't think he has any other meetings tonight.
No. I still...
Haven't decided yet. Decided? What I meant is that I haven't finished the task I brought back yet.
Here, hold on tight.
I'm sorry. I think I got a bit carried away.
It's all right for you to let loose as much as you want for today. After all, today's a day that's meant for you, Setsuna. Setsuna has drunk quite a lot today.
Thank you, Haruki-kun.
And she's smiling without a care in the world. Here, sit down. Would you like some water?
No, it's okay. I'm good.
She helped herself to food and drink and frolicked around, and she's become heavily drunk before she knew it. But no one was able to bring themselves to stop her. After all, the others who celebrated with her just couldn't help but smile at the sight of the birthday girl simply acting as she should on her special day.
That was fun.
Yeah. Setsuna sits on her bed and lets out a warm sigh, still immersed in the aftermath of the party's lively mood. She shuts her eyes as if to remember the enjoyable time she had just a short while ago, and her wet lips move very slightly, seemingly mumbling something. She might be singing something that I've never been able to listen to for the past few years.
I've finished my exams. I've managed to advance to the next year, and I got to celebrate my birthday with everyone.
Yeah, that's great.
I got to celebrate it with you, Haruki-kun.
That's nothing really special.
Thank you, Haruki-kun.
Setsuna's fingers are touching her earlobe. You said the same thing a while ago.
I'll say it as many times as I need to. Thank you, Haruki-kun.
To be exact, she's touching what she's put in her ear. The earring I've gifted her. I had a fleeting glimpse of Setsuna looking quite amorous, and it caused me to reflexively look away from her and look around the room. It's already been 3 years since I last visited Setsuna's room. It hasn't changed since then. It looks girly, but not particularly fancy, though I wouldn't call it simple either. The room feels just right. It doesn't feel unfashionable or too over the top. Though, if I had to point out one thing that's just a little out of place, I'd have to say it's the kotatsu that's in the same spot as 3 years ago. The atmosphere we shared when the three of us studied together and got excited as we talked about various things still lingers here. The first time I came up here, I was suddenly treated to Setsuna's homemade cooking. I wouldn't say her cooking skills were exceptional, but she did have the fundamentals down. And the food she served at the party today is proof that she's since improved by leaps and bounds.
Nothing's changed, right?
I suppose, as I indulge myself in this warm feeling of nostalgia.
After all, I haven't changed either.
Things between us shouldn't be allowed to be as they are right now.
I haven't moved forward since 3 years ago.
Setsuna.
That's why even this room hasn't changed at all. I couldn't even change the layout of this room or anything. I'm sorry. What am I even saying?
No,
I'm sorry. I did it again. I ended up destroying the 2 hours we've had up until now in a couple of seconds.
I don't mind it at all. That's why, Setsuna, please, just forget about it. Is it because she's drunk? Or did she have to get drunk in order to say things like this? And just like that, Setsuna goes back to destroying herself in an instant. She's hurt by her own words, and her attitude wounds her even more. Inevitably, she's revealing that the bright and lively persona she donned up until a short while ago was only temporary. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Okay, I'm a little OCD about punctuality, so him missing the meeting with Mari kind of made me uncomfortable. Like, to the point of feeling ill. This is just a me problem, though, and I can work through it. It is just Haruki being a dumb teenager, trying to do too much, and running out of time.